Everyone lies. You, me, your best friend, even the person you trust the most. It sounds uncomfortable, but it's true. Studies from the University of Massachusetts found that 60% of people lie at least once during a 10-minute conversation. Not all lies are evil. Some are tiny, some are meant to protect, and some are meant to destroy. But here's the real question. Why do we lie at all? From childhood, we're told that lying is wrong, yet it's one of the first skills we learn. A study from the University of Toronto found that most children start lying by the age of 3. It's not because they're bad, it's because lying is a sign of intelligence. It shows they've learned to imagine what others might believe. Something called theory of mind. In other words, lying isn't just moral failure, it's psychological complexity. The human mind doesn't just tell stories to others, it tells stories to itself. So let's dig deeper. Psychologists say there are 5 main reasons people lie. Number 1, protection. Fear is the oldest reason for deception. We lie to escape punishment, rejection, or pain. Think of the child who says, "I didn't do it." Fear of consequences pushes truth aside. Number 2, compassion. We lie to protect someone else's feelings. When we say, "You look fine," even if we notice the tired eyes, it's empathy, not manipulation. These are called pro-social lies. Lies told for kindness, not gain. Number 3, power. This is where darkness enters. People lie to gain advantage, to control situations, to appear better, smarter, more successful. In corporate offices, relationships, even social media, image becomes more valuable than truth. Number 4, ego. Sometimes lying is not about fear or gain, it's about identity. We create stories about ourselves because the truth feels too fragile. We lie to maintain the version of us we wish to be. And number 5, habit. Some people lie so often that it rewires their reality. Pathological liars don't lie for something. They lie because it feels natural. Their brain's reward system begins to associate lying with relief or excitement. So what happens inside the brain when we lie? When you tell a lie, your prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, lights up. Your amygdala, which detects threat and fear, also reacts. That's why many liars show small signs of stress. Faster blinking, dry mouth, higher heart rate. Even trained liars can't fully escape these micro-expressions. That's how modern lie detection techniques were born. But here's something fascinating. When a person lies repeatedly, their amygdala becomes less active. In simple words, the brain stops feeling guilt. That's how habitual lying becomes dangerous. The conscience slowly goes silent. Now we enter the shadows of psychology. Some people don't lie just to protect. They lie to control. They twist words, manipulate emotions, and rewrite memories, a process known as gaslighting. For them, lying is not a tool of fear, but of dominance. Research on the dark triad personalities, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy shows these traits often overlap with chronic deception. They lie to win, to dominate, to feed their self-image. And while they feel powerful, those around them slowly lose their sense of reality. That's the real cost of deception, not the loss of truth, but the loss of trust. And once trust breaks, even truth sounds like another lie. But before we point fingers, let's look in the mirror. We all lie. Sometimes to others, sometimes to ourselves. We say we're fine when we're breaking inside. We promise, "I'll change," when we know we won't. At least not yet. These lies are not always evil. They're signs of our struggle to survive, to be loved, to belong. Lying is not the opposite of truth. It's the shadow that shows truth still matters. The truth is, honesty isn't just about words. It's about courage. The courage to face reality, to take off the mask, to admit, yes, I was wrong. Because when we stop lying, to others and to ourselves, something magical happens. We begin to heal. We begin to connect. And we begin to live authentically. So the next time you catch a lie, don't just ask, why did they lie? Ask instead, what pain are they hiding? Because understanding deception is not about judgment, it's about awareness. And awareness is the first step toward truth.